As the world's largest democracy, India's elections are nothing short of a grand spectacle. This year, the stakes are higher than ever, with a fierce contest between the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, and the opposition led by the Indian National Congress, INC, along with several other regional powerhouses. Over the past 45 days, millions of Indians have exercised their right to vote in a staggered election process spanning 7 phases. From the bustling streets of Mumbai to the serene backwaters of Kerala, the electoral machinery has been in full swing, ensuring that every eligible citizen gets a chance to voice their choice. Now, as the polls have closed, all eyes turn to the exit polls. So, what are these exit polls telling us? Let's break it down. Exit polls conducted by major agencies are predicting a clear victory for the BJP. However, history has shown us that the exit polls can sometimes be off the mark, and the real picture only emerges once the votes are counted. Let's take a closer look at some of the salient features of this election campaign. This election has been marked by high octane rallies, intense social media battles, and a focus on key issues such as economic development, national security, and social justice. The BJP under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, despite having a track record of economic reforms and infrastructural development, preferred to campaign rigorously, appealing to cultural nationalism and Hindutva ideology, emphasizing the protection of Hindu heritage, many times crossing the boundary to outright communalism. In many of his speeches, he kept referring to the construction of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya amidst his supporters chanting, "Jo Ram ko laaye hain, hum unko laenge." We will vote for the one who brought us Lord Rama. Something that resonated strongly with his support base. In a 180-degree departure from his 2019 campaign slogan, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, projecting an inclusive growth narrative, he relied heavily on the divisive communal narrative in 2024 campaign, calling India's Muslim minority infiltrators, among other insults. On the other hand, the Congress party, led by Rahul Gandhi, has focused on the failures of the BJP government, particularly highlighting issues like unemployment, agrarian distress, and economic inequality. Their promises of a minimum income guarantee scheme, Nyay, social justice, aims to uplift the poorest sections of society, alongside criticizing Modi government schemes like Agniveer and others. Regional parties have also played a crucial role in this election. In states like West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, and Uttar Pradesh, regional leaders like Mamta Banerjee, M.K. Stalin, and Akhilesh Yadav have been pivotal, shaping the narrative with localized issues and strong grassroots connections. This election has also seen a significant focus on women's participation, youth engagement, and the use of technology in campaigning. Social media has been a battleground, with parties leveraging platforms like X, Facebook, and WhatsApp to reach out to voters, spread their messages, and mobilize support. After the polling ended in the seventh and the last phase of the Lok Sabha elections, the results of the exit polls started pouring in. As expected, the numbers reveal a complex and intriguing political landscape. While these exit polls are not definitive indicators of the actual election outcomes, they provide valuable insights into voter sentiment and potential electoral trends. Across the various surveys, there's some divergence in projections. While some polls indicate an overwhelming majority, some show the comfortable or even simple majority won by the BJP. But in essence, one thing is clear. While the BJP's numbers, as per these exit polls, may fall short of the 400 seat mark the BJP had set for its electoral alliance, NDA, National Democratic Alliance, the projections by almost all the agencies clearly show the BJP's decisive victory crossing well past the magic number of 272, which is the requirement for making the government. This represents a historic mandate for the BJP and PM Narendra Modi to make the government on its own without having to resort to a coalition. Never before has a prime minister returned to power in India for a third term, that too with such an increased mandate. If the exit polls predicting a decisive victory for the ruling party hold true, it could signify a strong reaffirmation of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership, his policies, and above all, his Hindutva rhetoric, potentially leading to the continuation of the current government and its policies. However, in an unlikely scenario, if the results lead to a hung parliament, it might open the door to coalition building, which the BJP might continue from its electoral alliance it is already part of, that is NDA. If the exit polls projections prove accurate and the Prime Minister Modi and the BJP secure a decisive victory, this would have far-reaching consequences for Indian democracy, especially given the right-wing communal, anti-minority, and Hindutva rhetoric associated with Mr. Modi and his party. Such a decisive victory would further consolidate power in Mr. Modi's hands. This consolidation could strengthen his ability to push forward his agenda and policies with minimal opposition, raising concerns about the balance of power within Indian democratic framework. Not only that such a concentration of power might intensify power struggles within the BJP, but will also challenge the essential checks and balances that are crucial for a healthy democracy. Modi and BJP's success could also be seen as a validation of their ideological stance, which includes elements of Hindutva and nationalistic rhetoric. This now normalization of their ideology might embolden right-wing groups and deepen societal polarization along religious and communal lines. There is a significant concern regarding the marginalization of minority voices. The dominance of a party with a Hindu nationalist agenda could exacerbate fears among minority communities, particularly Muslims, Christians, Dalits, and other less privileged social groups. Policies and rhetoric perceived as anti-minority may intensify, leading to heightened social tensions and discrimination. Moreover, India's secular principles enshrined in its constitution could face further erosion and challenge India's rich tapestry of cultural and religious diversity if the government continues to prioritize a Hindu supremacist agenda. This erosion might undermine the foundational values of pluralism and inclusivity, threatening the rights and freedoms of minority groups. It could stifle dissent, suppress alternative voices, and hinder the flourishing of pluralistic narratives, which are essential for a vibrant democracy. In summary, a decisive victory for Prime Minister Modi and the BJP would undoubtedly shape the trajectory of Indian democracy. It could concentrate power, centralize power, normalize right-wing ideology, and raise concerns about the marginalization of minority voices and the erosion of secular principles. This scenario underscores the importance of safeguarding democratic institutions and upholding principles of equality, justice, and pluralism in the face of political polarization and ideological hegemony. This is it for tonight. Thank you for joining in. Stay tuned as we continue to monitor the unfolding political landscape and bring you in-depth analyses and updates. Until next time, stay vigilant, stay informed, and keep standing up for what is right. Good night.